Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I'm so glad you're here. I really am. I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad Alieska's here because I had no choice about it. She kept showing up and I finally had to just proceed with her presence. So we have a furry co-host, at least one, in today's video. Recently, I had a friend who said a phrase that really caught my attention. She said, he always tried to tell us. And she was speaking of the actor and entertainer and comedian, Robin Williams. She said, look at his film history. He tried to tell us. So we're going to go down a rabbit trail and we're going to let Robin Williams be the front runner on that. Now, here's why I say that. In the alt media community, there is chatter, and it's widely believed that many entertainers who would not sell their soul, make pacts with the devil, have been put into a type of witness protection, that they are in a place, we'll call it Valhalla, and with access to medbed technology and things that aren't readily available to we, the general public, they're going to be, at some point, joining us again and helping to get us used to a very new and wonderful normal. And it is in that chatter, Robin Williams is one of the hundreds of names that gets mentioned. Now, because as I looked at his film history, I saw that he really did seem to be trying to tell us, I thought, let's use him to go down this particular rabbit trail. And just to be very clear, I do not intend to do 600 videos about 600 names. Use your own discernment, listen to your own intuition, as if you look up those particular lists and see who is spoken of as being in a very special type of witness protection. If it rings true to you, accept it, okay? Or maybe explore some of those methods of discerning information. For example, the use of pendulums or tarot cards. That might be an avenue for you too. But right now, I'm just planning to touch on this subject with only Robin Williams. Okay, let's take a look at a compilation I have on Facebook. I'll have a link to that in the video description box and you can look at yourself. Now, I am not claiming I found every instance where something that we're dealing with in today's world was hinted at or broached in media that was created by or with Robin Williams. But I found enough that it did seem significant that my friend who said he tried to tell us was really onto something. I want to honor that phrase, and I want to take a quick look at some of the items that jumped out at me. Now, if your particular lens does not include the fact that we have life before and after this bodily life, you may not want to look at this compilation or view this video. So if you proceed, just be aware that that's some of the topics I'm going to mention, because as far as I'm concerned, those are part of the information streams that are available to us now that we're supposed to be giving some consideration of and using our discernment over. So I'm going to show you some of the things that, like I said, they jumped out at me, and I thought the phrase he tried to tell us was really accurate. Okay, 1 second, I'll go to that share screen. Okay. In Mork and Mindy, we learned about benevolent ETs and hybrids, and that aliens walk among us without us even being aware of it. Okay. When in Being Human, we learned about reincarnation, or I think of it as pre and post incarnation, and confronting journeys that stand in the way of our soul's journey. Okay. In this movie, the expectations of his spouse kind of determined where she went, and luckily he had overwhelming love and helped her see beyond that. Okay, past life regressions was one of the items that was talked about in Dead Again. Okay, and also again touched on the pre and post incarnation subject. In Mrs. Doubtfire, we learned about men masquerading as women in the entertainment industry. And I got to tell you, folks, the more I go down that particular rabbit trail, at this point, I am wondering if there are any naturally born females in the entertainment business. You know, we have this imbalance in our world of the masculine, feminine, divine masculine and divine feminine. And the divine masculine has had a preponderance of presence and power. And it's part of why our world is so messed up. And the entertainment industry reflects that, because like I said, at this point, I think there are very, very few females that in the entertainment industry that were born female. And I'd like to be wrong on that, but as you explore that rabbit trail, you will see why I'm saying that. Okay, in Jumanji, we learned about alternate realities and portals that go to and from them. And if you dismiss that, think about that was kind of the purpose stated by CERN, was to break through into other dimensions and other realities. In Flubber, we learned about AI and anti-gravity discoveries. Okay, now with the AI in this one, his computer is in love with him. Okay, so some of those relational issues that happen between biological created beings and AI was kind of spotlighted there. Good Will Hunting was kind of interesting to me, because the young genius refused to go to work for a 3-letter agency because of their moral deficits. In What Dreams May Come, more discussion of reincarnation and the infinite possibilities that are available to humans. Patch Adams, we learned about the lack of healing and comfort provided by mainstream medicine and the lengths they'll go to protect their current protocols and practices. In Bicentennial Man, we're introduced again to transhumanism, but this time in reverse, where over time, the AI individual becomes more and more human. And that may be the way to go. I don't think humans need to become transhuman. They just need to be the best human they can. Final Cut, we're introduced to brain implants and altered memories. And if you don't think that's happening, look up some of those CIA patents, folks. Man of the Year, we learned about voting machine malfunctions and erroneous election results. Only in this case, the erroneous election result resulted in actually a good outcome for our United States, not like the one we have. Okay, now here is a blog that contends that Robin Williams is not dead. You can see the link to that. It was the last one I have. Okay. They talked about, you know, we have the predictive programming happening with our entertainment industry. Okay. Family Guy had a Robin Williams Family Guy suicide episode right before his death. Okay. His former co-star, Shelley Duvall, said that he's alive and she thinks he's a shapeshifter. Okay. That it's all a hoax. It was staged. And it mentions that his own children have used terminology to indicate he's still alive. There was no legitimate investigation of any kind based on a potential crime scene. And the fact that Robin spoke about death merely a month before the fake suicide. Okay, so let's ask the cards about this. Okay. And I want to phrase the question in a very wise fashion. Okay. The alt media rumored that Robin Williams is among many entertainment and well-known figures who are in a very special kind of witness protection. We would like insights and information about that, including, if possible, just a confirmation that that it was deliberate. All of these very currently topical items that he was doing throughout his entertainment industry years. So just insights and information. Is that chatter? Is there validity to the chatter and other insights and information as deemed appropriate to the universe by the universe? In addition, I would like to have those insights and information that come to us today to be free of any veiling or bespelling or confounding efforts that have made to them. In other words, I want the information as clear and as clean as it would have appeared to us before any veiling efforts had been made for the information. And I just simply trust the universe to use discretion about what we need to know or don't need to know. So I don't think humans need to get involved in that mix. So I'm going to move the cat. I'm going to change the camera and we will see what the universe wants us to know. 1 second. Okay, we've already stated our question and our intention. Let's see what we get. The Four of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. Six of Swords, Strength. Seven of Wands, Ace of Swords, got a hard yes here. And the High Priestess. Okay, so here's the insights I'm getting from the cards as they come down. And then I'll show you elements of the cards that kind of coincide with what I'm saying. Okay, first of all, I'm getting the, we're not going to get the full information because, as I said, I trust the universe to withhold what needs to be withheld. But we are getting a very hard yes that the disclosures in the entertainment that was created, the content that was created by Robin Williams during his career was a form of getting the collective consciousness ready for issues and topics that would be facing us in the what in universal terms, even though it's been decades for us, is the near future. The we don't have to worry about where Robin Williams is. He's in a place of light and good fortune. So that's really nice. And yeah, he and many others are going to be reappearing on the scene. We'll need to be able to grasp the concept of extending lives through medbed technology and just understand that they're going to be helping us as our world goes from dark to light. Okay, so here's elements of the cards that reassure me and gave me some of those nudges. The situation was indicated by the Four of Swords, and that usually indicates either a hidden blessing or some hidden information. And then again, that there's a time of rest, contemplation, what have you. So he and many others are having this time away, but they're by no means isolated or in any kind of discomfort. And the purpose is to help us bring our world from dark to light. The recent past kind of shows us that he went from a place of trouble and turmoil to one of much more peace and one of where innocent life is protected, and that is a priority of his. Okay, that he wanted to be part of protecting innocent life, not the casual misuse of innocent life. Very strong individual. The chatter about if there was any truth to the chatter of depression, what have you, that is a thing of the past. He's got a very, very strong, again, maybe medbed healing or maybe just misinformation to befuddle the reality. So whether it was, if it was real, it's not a thing to worry about now. Very strong, energetic. Here is our hard yes, our strongest insight card that talked about, yeah, we're on the right track here. There are noted figures that are going to be returning to us. There was a deliberate attempt on his part, he being Robin Williams, to do some foreshadowing of a positive nature through his entertainment. That's why he chose so carefully the roles he accepted. It's kind of nice here. The other insight card that isn't quite as strong talks about information that's not on our plane of existence yet, but it's very, very close. And some people, maybe those that are listening to this with open hearts and open minds, are already seeing behind the obscuring of these facts and information. And that's really, really cool. The recent, the near future card here, the predominant one, is the Seven of Wands. And that is, he's ready to come back, even though there'll be some challenges and obstacles that he'll face. He's kind of taken up the mantle. He's one of many that said, oh yeah, I'll come back. We'll clean up that plane of existence. Absolutely. And I'll be part of it. And I'll maybe even make them laugh and smile as they do. Because that man had a gift of improv that I have not seen matched in decades. And that tells me he was a brilliant man, because you have to be smart to be able to do improv as fast as Robin Williams did. Okay, let's get a couple more cards and see what information's out there for us. We have another 7 showing up with the 7 of Swords. And then the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords, it tells us truth. So we are looking at some truth. Absolutely, within these cards, we have gotten some truth. And the 7 of Swords just talks about how sometimes things appear one way, and he can be a tricky character. And I don't think this is indicating Robin Williams as being a tricky character at all. Okay, but you do what you can to get away with what you can, even if you have to leave some things behind. So Robin Williams did have to leave some things behind when he accepted this proposition to go to a place where there was not quite the cabal reach and nefariousness that was going on. So with what he could, he did. And part of what he did was leaving his children behind. He let them know that he hadn't gone. So very cool. I'd be tempted to do the same thing myself. Just let my loved ones know, don't worry about me. You can't visit me for now, but you'll see me again. I'm going to get 2 more cards just to see what the universe wants us to know. Another 7, a 7 of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. Okay. 7 of Pentacles talks about there's been a lot of growth that's happened since 2014 when Robin Williams departed our scene. Okay. And just an understanding that the powers at work aren't happy about all this. That there have been so many rescues and what have you. So sad, too bad. Okay. And there's more to come. This is a more to come card. Now, let's talk about the multiple 7s that showed up in this reading. When there are multiple 7s in a reading, it means that outcomes may be even better than you hope. But with 3 showing up, it says that they may not be effortless, but they're going to be fantastic. Okay, if we had had 4, that would have spoken of excellent. Not only better outcomes than you hope, more progress than you expect, but almost effortless. And we know that there's some challenges. We got that card here. So it makes sense that what we saw was 3 7s instead of 4. So let's recap. We asked if there was validity to the alt media chatter that hundreds of notables and entertainers that are no longer with us, instead of being gone, are in a very special type of witness protection, which we refer to as Valhalla. And by virtue of having access to technologies that are not yet universally available on this plane of existence, we can kind of disregard some of the age-related issues, like how could they still be alive? Because that can become irrelevant with the right type of technology. And so we asked, by virtue of the fact that Robin Williams, throughout his career, had topics that are currently on our minds and in our hearts, transhumanism, AI, aliens among us, hybrids, there was so much that was layered into his entertainment that, as my friend had said, he tried to tell us. I wondered if that would make him a good kind of poster child for a tarot reading on this subject. And we got a very hard yes, that the chatter is true, and that he is one of many who will be back on the scene, helping us get accustomed to a new normal, and to do so with a lot of laughter, hopefully too, because laughter and joy, and that's what all our good outcomes are heading towards, folks. They really are. Okay, now the universe, I asked for unsullied information, unobscured information, and the universe let us know that there was, and I do always say that the universe is going to use discretion on what is disclosed to us, and that was the case here. He was in the Robin Williams question, and the whole situation is indicated by the Four Swords, and that often talks about some unavailable, hidden for now information. Wheel of Fortune showed up too, and that's fabulous because, and it's indicating for Robin Williams, the Wheel of Fortune, especially when a political type of read, not a romance or personal read, is always going from dark to light, because that's what our reality is in the process of doing. This matrix we're in, it's in the process of going from dark to light. And it was indicated that Robin Williams was going to be part of that process. Okay, very strong strength to the man, to his character, his resolve, his commitment. Okay, and then just the other cards showed, we had 3 sevens that showed up in the read, and those indicate that outcomes that are going to be upon us are going to be almost better than, they might not be effortless, but they're going to be better than we can imagine. So I found that to be really interesting. So he tried to tell us, I'm trying to tell you, we are breaking out of old constraints, old thought patterns, old things that kept us from developing and growing and reaching our full potential as one human race. It's exciting times to be alive, and do your small part to enjoy the ride, live without fear, because fear is a useless emotion. And let's just watch everything unfold, because they say September is going to be a really, really big month. And that's one of the reasons why this coming Sunday in our meditation, we're going to be asking for the best possible outcome, a 4 sevens type of outcome for every situation, relationship, or challenge that we face, either as individuals, family members, community members, citizens of our respective countries, or members of humanity on this plane of existence. So thank you so much for your time and for listening. I don't take you for granted, and I appreciate each and every one of you more than you'll ever know. And because of that, as a conduit from a limitless source, I say love and light and everything bright to all of you. Bye.